Hello, Battlefield fans, Walter here, and today is a day where Battlefield 4 goes up against Battlefield 1. That's right, double gameplay today, double multiplayer gameplay, and we are going to talk about these two games. See if we like it, see if we don't like it, see which one is better, if we can, come up with a with an opinion about it, or but let's talk about it. So playing right now I'm playing Battlefield 4, and before I continue I want to say this is a PlayStation 3 footage. I do not have a PlayStation 4 or newer gameplay, right? So I had to go back to some of the old stuff that I recorded a while ago that I still have a bunch of them, and brought this gameplay. So we're not going to judge graphics, obviously, because I think both games, graphics-wise, are great. If we're going to judge graphics, we look into like one of those high-end PC games, and we put Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. They both look awesome. You can look it up anywhere and find videos about it, and it just looks great. So we are not going to talk about graphics because both games are awesome. We're going to talk about multiplayer, about hit detection, about everything in between these two games to see if there's a better game than the other. So right now we're playing Battlefield 4, and I love it, using the LSAT with this I don't know, weird scope, which I never use. So I decided to challenge myself that day to see if we can get a bunch of kills with this what I like to go crazy lotto, because I never use it, so it's gonna be so much fun. So in this gameplay in Battlefield 4, there's things in this game that we don't have in Battlefield 1, and when we have the LSAT for sure, and I'm gonna miss the gun a lot. But what do we have in Battlefield 4 that we're gonna miss in Battlefield 1? Besides weapons, and the first thing that I'm gonna tell you is, and it's gonna sound kind of weird, right? Okay. And by the way, I do not hate either game. I'm just gonna try to bring my own opinion. The stuff that I like, dislike. If you have a different opinion, there's always the comment section, and I allow people to express your opinion, whatever to say. So, but the thing is, in Battlefield 1 doesn't have, in my opinion, the same war feel compared to Battlefield 4. There's certain little things that makes it more like, I don't want to say childish, but different. Okay, different from its predecessor, or even Battlefield 3. So if we look at Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, and then we look at Battlefield 1, all right, we don't look at the setting. We look at the war feel. And I know it's very different because we had RPGs, we had javelins, we had all different, like helicopters with thermal stuff, and it's just like, whoa, super technology. But we have all this stuff here in Battlefield 1, and but it's not the same, but it's different. But anyways, but it's not the same, in my opinion, after playing the beta, it's not the same war feel. There's certain things that even though they're like small, they're tiny, they're stupid, right? And it's not going to ruin your experience. But to me, it didn't have that war feel. I mean, don't get me wrong, the sounds and the destruction and everything, it was just pretty cool. But when I have a lady telling me that the objective apples, it's like, what's wrong with the apples, lady? Someone's stealing the apples. I thought it was pretty funny. And maybe it's meant to be a joke, and it seemed like a joke, but I thought it was pretty funny. Like, it's objective apples. Just leave objective A, okay? Leave objective A. They're still in A. Boom. They're still in B. Still in C. Okay. So yeah, they did. So then I switched to the male voice to see if maybe it's a little bit different. But it's just too funny. Like every time they were saying apples, I would just laugh, and just like objective apple. That's kind of stupid and funny in a way. But anyways, so then we have another thing they added from Battlefront in Battlefield 1 that we don't have in Battlefield 4, and it's the whole like you grab the flamethrower and you got extra like Juggernaut type of power for a little bit, and you take more damage. It's like you are, like they shoot you, and then I mean, you can deal more damage, put in better words, right? That's very Battlefront, and I don't know if that's good or not. I didn't like that. I mean, I played the beta in Battlefield Front. I didn't buy the full game because I didn't like some of those features and some of the stuff. The game looked great, but some of the stuff I didn't like. But anyways, so they added that into Battlefield 1, and that's not very World War 1, I mean, I know they have the flamethrower. I just rather have the flamethrower, I say, maybe secondary, like we did in, or primary, like we did in Call of Duty War at War. Something like that would be more fun, rather than just put it in the middle of the map. And I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, that's just my opinion. But yeah, that wasn't just like it's not a groundbreaking thing by any means. Oh no, hell no. You can kill those guys very easy with grenades and stuff. But it's, I don't know. It's very Battlefront, not so much Battlefield. So that's another thing. The what's the other thing? The fast charge thing. I don't know what's the name of it. You know, we just run really quick and then I don't know. Just alright, I guess. Maybe if you want to get quick to one location to another one, you can just make that speed run and but then you're tired and then so. But anyways, we don't have that in Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 seemed more like straightforward war, no BS, none of these hero thing, none of these supercharged thing. In Battlefield 1 we have horses. You can use a horse, you can kill people from the horse. We didn't have that in Battlefield 4. So to me, in Battlefield 4, it felt more like real war, you know, like a kind of serious, in a way, kind of war. You know, it's like this one seems to be going to the direction like a bit more like not so serious, more fun kind of Battlefield game. And I don't know if people are gonna like that or not. At the moment of this commentary, right? I'm not so sure. I don't know if I like it or not. Really, I don't know if I don't want to say I hate it, but I don't want to say oh I like it because I think it's pretty fun. I don't know. To me, it's just something like right now it's like something, it's blurry right there in the game. I don't know if I'm gonna use it. I don't know. I didn't use it. The horse, I didn't use any of that. Because I don't know. It's not my thing, but maybe I should use it, right? But anyway, so we didn't have those features in Battlefield 4, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, I think they should keep the Battlefront stuff in Battlefront and the Battlefield stuff in Battlefield. We don't want this like to get infected with all this stuff, right? And I want to touch a little bit of a topic, and that will be the topic for another video. And like, we don't want that sort of stuff in, let's say, Bad Company 3. That's right, Bad Company 3. You think about Company, you think about Bad Company 2, right? How cool it was. We don't want this hero stuff, you know. So kind of scary to think about it if they ruin the game like that. But that's for another video. But anyways, so the Modern Warfare to World War One, I think just great. Change of pace, a little bit different, and I think just bring something new to the table, something that you can, I don't know, maybe something more fun, and you know what? It all depends on how these guys handle the patches in Battlefield 1. They did a decent job in Battlefield 4, and people hated it. At launch it was just kind of weird, and yes, we all stopped playing for a while because the game was freezing and it was pretty annoying. Once they fixed that and everything was pretty good, once they managed to patch some of the weapons and everything was kind of like normal, the game was just awesome. It was one of those like very addicting games, and that's what happened with Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. Very addicting. So I hope we have the same quote-unquote addiction, right, with Battlefield 1. I mean, I don't want to say addiction like crazy, but you know what I'm talking about, like where you want to play the game and it's just like you can't stop playing because it's so much fun. It's like so much fun. It's so great, right? So hopefully we have that in Battlefield 1, because like I said, we did have actually we had that in Battlefield 4 and in Battlefield 3, and it was pretty awesome. It was just awesome, and it was just great. Trying to think what else. I don't want to go too hard on Battlefield 1, and because I'm not hating the game, you know, first of all, and second, just the beta, so they're gonna fix some things, weapon, hit detection and stuff like that. They're gonna fix it, but for the most part, it's going to be the same game that you play in the beta. It's not gonna change much, just certain things, and obviously they're gonna have more patches, you know, later on and stuff like that. You know, weapons, maybe attachments and stuff like that. They're gonna be patched. But what else do we have in Battlefield 1 that we don't have in Battlefield 4? About, you know, fun stuff, you know, like they're all about the same, you know. It's just like, I mean, maybe it's the setting, maybe it's the setting, maybe it's like it's the weapons that we're gonna be using and in Battlefield 1 that changes things around. There's one thing, and I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed this, and some other people I saw complain about it, is that when you're using the medic in Battlefield 1, it's hard to see who needs to be revived, and that's one thing that in Battlefield 4, in Battlefield 3 was just awesome, and it was just easy, so easy for you being a medic just to run maybe the other side of your spawn or whatever, not the map, but your spawn on the other side, like, and revive teammates. In Battlefield 1, it's just hard to see who needs to be revived, and also when you were spotting, and people in Battlefield 1 didn't spot enemies as much as they did in Battlefield 4. In Battlefield 4, you look at the minimap and there was like orange triangles everywhere. In Battlefield 1, and it was just like a kind of like a, I don't know what's that triangle, but it was like a little square or whatever, like a red one. It was kind of hard to see. I think it had more range in Battlefield 4. So the minimap display in Battlefield 4 was a lot better than Battlefield 1. Way better. In Battlefield 1, it was just useless, in my opinion. They need to fix that. They need to change that, because it was just hard to. It just wasn't working well, in my opinion. Compared to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. So that's one thing I think they need to work on. What else? Some of the attachments are just alright. Some of the weapons were just alright. I think the LMGs need a little buff. If you want to, keep up with some of the SMGs. Actually, everybody was using the MP and sniper rifles. Very few people were using medic, and the ones that were using medic were not reviving people or providing ammo. Maybe because we didn't have the whole. It was showing up sometimes on the screen which arrow on the D-pad you have to press in order to. You know what? That's one thing that I think in Battlefield 4 you had it all the time. If it's left or right, to throw ammo, to revive, things the whole time. In Battlefield 1, I think it's like once you use it and it shows up a little bit, then goes away. I could be wrong. I should not be judging that because I forgot about it. And but you know what? Yeah, when I'm playing right here, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it right now. Yeah, it's not right there. But I'm gonna kill this sniper over here, camping up here. Maybe that's why. But the minimap, yeah, I think the minimap in this game I'm seeing right here, yeah, it's not as good as the Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3. So maybe that's one thing they need to improve on. The minimap display when you spot the enemy and stuff like that. When the enemies are dead and need to be revived, we need that. Better colors, or maybe we can change the colors too, but it didn't seem that great in my opinion. So that's something they need to work on. What else? Objective apples, and that was pretty funny. I hope they change that. They need to change that for sure, because it's just too funny. And this is an easy patch, I guess. They did it in other games. If they changed the voicing in Destiny, right? The little thing, the little ghost voice. So I'm pretty sure they can do it in this game really easy. The whole Apple thing. So, but anyways, what else do we have in this game? The same chaos, big maps, vehicles, people camping, sniping. That's always present and in Battlefield games. So there's nothing new. Something that we get used to and we know about. This is why I don't play Rush anymore. I did play Rush a lot in the Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 3 all I played was Rush and TDM. That was just my thing, because it was just so awesome, going after those M comps. And when I felt like just getting some kills, I would just play TDM on Nosar canals, and it was just like, dude, it was just awesome. We'll see if we have one of those crazy maps in this game, Battlefield 1. But in Battlefield 4, I didn't like the map layouts. I didn't like, how things were, how people were playing. So I decided to not play at all Rush. Although I did in the nighttime maps, Rush in those night maps. So it was pretty cool. I forgot what the name of the DLC, Night Operations DLC. Pretty cool. And that's when I played Rush. But for the most part, it was like TDM and domination. You know, if I wanted to play the objective, it's just domination. It was pretty awesome, and it wasn't because, you know, I do love, you know, the big maps and stuff, but when people don't take care of tanks, and even though Battlefield 4 is a lot easier than Battlefield 1, you got the RPG javelin. It was just so much easier. Over here, what do we got? These little grenades over here that if you missed a shot, or I missed the the dynamite over there. Yeah, and I know there's another sort of launcher in this game to destroy tanks. But I think the ones in Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 were better. Obviously, you know, newer and better technology. But that's just a little bit of a difference. But we're trying to compare these two games, you know. So we're trying to be fair. We're trying to be even. You know, we don't want to trash any game because that's not the point of this video. We love, if watching this video, we love Battlefield. We love video games. We love shooter games. We love winning games. We love playing the objective. You know, that's the point. We're just trying to compare these two games. You know, I'm pretty sure you play a lot of Battlefield 4. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be playing a lot of Battlefield 1. So maybe you didn't play the beta. Maybe you're one of those who maybe, I don't know, for some reason didn't know anything about it, or whatever the case may be. You didn't play the beta, and then you don't know what to expect. You know, what you really to expect in this game compared to what you played before. So over here we got the classic, you know, the sniper spot, which is above me. And you know, the kind of like wide open M comes over here. That's classic in Battlefield. And over here the classic rush to arm the M com, or you know, the bomb site in this case. So it's like still very, you know, Battlefield, but in a way, like I said, I don't know if I said this before, but I think I did. It's just missing this war feel. At least in my opinion, it's missing this sort of war feel. Even though it feels pretty cool, but it's missing this war feel, and you know, I don't know why. Maybe it's the whole apples that was throwing me off the whole time. I don't know. That was just pretty funny. Maybe it was just the map. Maybe, you know, annoyed with snipers and stuff like that. Not because I was getting killed. And that's funny when we talk about the snipers are so boring. The first thing people tend to maybe say is that, well, you're getting your butt kicked. It's not about getting your butt kicked. It's about games being boring. You know, when there's too many snipers, it's just too boring when you get too many snipers on your team because you try to arm the bombs, the M coms, and there's only like you and another guy trying to do so. The other guys are back at spawn, prone somewhere or hiding in the bush trying to snipe people, and just like, man, it's frustrating. You know, it's not I'm not getting my butt kicked, but you know, let's make these games. It's Battlefield. You know, you can destroy buildings and you have vehicles, and you know, you are the score streak or the kill streak. So let's make this fun, right? So that's the boring part. It's not like you're getting your butt kicked. It just makes, you know, the game itself really boring. So and at least that's you know, what I don't say my complaint, but when I talked about it, that's what it is. So anyways. So yeah, in both games we got snipers. That was the same thing in Battlefield 4. People just sniping, stay in the back. I remember and you watch those videos. Hopefully you did, when I was just like C4 and snipers, and it was pretty fun. And you know, it's all the same. People who just don't want to play the objective, and you know, they're gonna play the same way they did in Battlefield 4. It's not gonna change much. So other than maybe if this game has a different map layout and maybe make it a little bit more difficult for snipers. That could be the difference. If not, then you know, we're gonna have to deal with it and find ways to destroy them, and just go after MCOMs like we're doing over here, which is pretty good. And you know, it's all fun. So I think, you know, both games are fun. Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, it's all good. Way different one to the other one when it comes to, you know, settings. World War 1 to Modern Warfare is a big difference when it comes to weapons, when it comes to attachments and everything. You're gonna feel the difference. If you were a medic like myself in Battlefield 4, and you know, we got all those pretty cool weapons, and then you come to this game, it's like most of them semi-automatic, and the ones that fully automatic are kind of weird. It's like, whoa, you know, it's like, man, this is gonna be like it's gonna be weird, right? So, but we're gonna get used to it. We're gonna find those good guns. That's why I post videos with the best loadout, or give you ideas. We find those good guns. We find those good loadouts. What to use, not to use with the certain guns, and make things more powerful, or better, for your games. And we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's going to be like a big difference, and when it comes to weapons and attachments and all this stuff. And we're gonna have to get used to it, and it's gonna be very fun. So I think both games are like a little bit of the same, but like I said, I think Battlefield 1 is taking a little bit too much ideas from Battlefront, and that's what I don't like. I think Battlefield should stick with the Battlefield feel. Feel a Battlefield, it's just crazy like that, and leave the Battlefront stuff with Battlefront. We don't need the stuff. We need to kind of like to make each game different, right? So when you play Battlefield, you playing Battlefield, and you have the Battlefield feel. I don't know, I've been saying the same thing over, but I don't know if you get the point. You get the Battlefield feel. It's like, okay, this is awesome. When you play Battlefront, it feels like Battlefront. When you play Bad Company, it feels like Bad Company, even though it's like made by the same people, but I feel like a different game in certain aspects. So when you play Battlefield 1, you're gonna have a bit of a Battlefield front feel, and I don't know if that's gonna be good or not. And that's not gonna ruin the game by any means. But from the feel perspective, it's maybe not the same. Look at all this destruction over here, just awesome. Maybe might not be the same, but I don't know. Could be something big for some people. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just pointing it out. Just comparing these two games, and But I mean, for the most part, it was just awesome stuff. Awesome stuff here in Battlefield 1. Awesome stuff in Battlefield 4. And also stuff in Battlefield 3. And it's gonna be challenging going to World War 1, and we'll see. When they add new weapons, when they add new maps, with the whole DLC deal. We'll see what happens, how this game changes, if it improves or it's even worse, and we'll see how it goes. But it's interesting. But I think Battlefield 4 and also Battlefield 3 had a different feel than Battlefield 1. And I'm not saying about settings, and I'm not saying about weapons. It's just a different. I don't know. You play the game like it's just like different. I don't know if this is because the map layout being here a bit more wide open. The other one's more like in the cities. Like in. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the type of weapons, and I don't know. It's not something horrible, but it's just like different vibe. You get a different. Okay, so this is not Battlefield 4. So, but anyway, that's just my take on this, and the two games, Battlefield 4 versus Battlefield 1, or Battlefield 1 versus Battlefield 4, and just awesome. Just awesome games, and it's just awesome stuff, and it's gonna be a nice war. It's gonna be a nice war once again, and we're going to destroy the enemies, and in World War 1 with all these weird weapons, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how better these guns get as we unlock them, and I don't expect much attachments. I don't think they have much back then, so I don't know what they're gonna add when it comes to attachments. So we get this weird looking sight on this gun, but I don't know how much it's going to change. One thing, once again, I don't know if I mentioned this before, I think LMGs need a buff in this game. LMGs do need a buff, and so well, actually, yes, just LMGs. LMGs are the ones that I think, my opinion, I think need some love from the developers, and to make it more fun, and to make it kind of like balanced when it comes to the SMGs and the other weapons, and even the sniper rifles. Sniper rifles are pretty good, pretty beast, so we need better weapons to compete, with some of the other guns. So definitely LMGs need a buff, need some love, and it's just awesome. So very few little things, Battlefield 1, but I think it's still the same, not exactly the same, but still Battlefield, but not the Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 that you love. Okay, so it's taking, like I said, a little bit of a Battlefront ideas, but to me it didn't feel like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. And once again, not the settings, just like the vibe, you know, from the game. So, but okay, these games are slowly coming to an end. We destroy the enemies. Once again, over here with the SMG, the MP18 artillery, which is a pretty good weapon, and it was pretty fun. I like this section of this map. I think is the best. You know, the desert sucks. I don't like it. This one over here reminds me a lot of the map that we just played in Battlefield 4, the Gulmo Railway. I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of that map. Had the same kind of feel. If you look at the buildings a little bit, kind of look the same, had the same vibe, and that's just awesome, you know that. But the desert section, I don't like it. Just the city part over here, this town, this area, I think it's just great, just awesome. So I cannot wait to play some domination over here. It's gonna be very fun. So, but like I said, the game is just slowly coming to an end. We're going to arm the bump side over here. We're gonna win this, and this was fun. So this was Battlefield 4 versus Battlefield 1, and war. It's gonna be different now, my friend. And look at this guy with the horses. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be more challenging. It's gonna be maybe more fun. We'll see if these guys do a good job with the game, and you know, I'll see you on the next gameplay. So thank you for watching. My name is Wild Chow, and don't forget to check out the Battlefield 1 Call of Duty gameplays that I post. And if you're into zombies, check out my custom zombie gameplays, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Later.